Okay, so today we're going to finish up writing equations of lines. The only new form that we're going to talk about today is standard form. And standard form is written as ax plus or minus by is equal to c, okay? Where a, b, and c are actual numbers. There's no values. They're actually whole numbers. There's not going to be fractions, okay? A is going to be positive. And A and B cannot both be 0, okay? Don't forget slope-intercept form of a line is the y equals mx plus b, and this is what we use when we need to graph the equation. This is what the form that we want it to be in, okay? If you're given a point and a slope, you're going to have to start in the point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So remember, that's from last time. So we're going to start here in order to get it into the y equals mx plus b. All right, so if I go ahead and start with our first example right here, it says write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Here is our line given 2 points. The first thing, if I'm going to get it in my slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, I need to figure out what my slope is, okay? To do that, remember x1, y1, x2, y2, it doesn't matter which one's your first coordinate or your second. So the slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, all right? So m is equal to negative 2 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. So whenever I simplify that, that gives me negative 4 over 3 minus 1, which is 2, which gives me negative 2. So there's my slope, okay? In order to get it in y equals mx plus b, I don't know what the y-intercept is, so I'm going to start with my point slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, all right? This is always where you're going to start. I can choose either one of my points. It doesn't matter. I usually pick the smaller numbers, values there. So we have y minus our y1 is 2 is equal to my slope, negative 2 times x minus 1. 1 coming from my x value over here. So when I distribute, I get y minus 2 is equal to negative 2x plus 2. I'm going to add 2 to move it over, and so I have y equals negative 2x plus 4. And so here it is in my y equals mx plus b, my slope-intercept form. So I got that checked off the list. This is just a review from last time. This is exactly what we did last time. The only thing that's going to change today is I want you to convert this in standard form. So that's just going to be taking it one step further. Let me go ahead and rewrite this equation. Okay, to get it in standard form, remember that is ax plus or minus by is equal to c. I need to move my x over, so I'm going to add 2x over, and I get 2x plus y is equal to 4. Certain things you need to check. Do I have any fractions? No. Then I'm good. If so, I would have to multiply and kill the fraction. Is a positive? Yes. And then a and b are both not equal to 0. So now I am done. So there we go. I've gotten it one step further into standard form. Okay? This is the only thing that's going to be new for us today. Okay? All right. So now if I go over here and I look at graphing, and I want to remind you about graphing, but specifically I want to talk about graphing our special lines. If I'm going to graph y equals negative 3, remember that's going to cross the y-axis. And so here is our y-axis, here is our x-axis, okay? It is not in y equals mx plus b, okay? This is telling me that my y-intercept is 0, negative 3. So if I go 0 down to negative 3, then right here, that's my y-intercept. It is a special line. It's actually a horizontal line that is going to cross the y-axis, okay? So if you need to give me 3 more labeled points, it doesn't matter on that line where you pick the other 2 points. So if right here, this would be -3, -3, and then over here this would be 4, -3. But I do want you to give me 3 more labeled points on that line, okay? The next one is x equals 4, okay? This means that it's going to be 4, 0 is my x-intercept, okay? This time it's crossing the x-axis at +4. So if right here is our x-intercept, okay? And I'm going to draw just my vertical line, okay? That point right there is 4, 0, and you can give me 2 more labeled points on that line, and it doesn't matter where they are, okay? But there is the graph of your vertical and horizontal line, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is graphing whenever they give you x and y intercepts. X-intercept is x equals a number, okay? Remember, it's where the line crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept would be y equals a number, and that's where the line crosses the y-axis. So if it's in standard form, you do not have to worry about putting it in y equals mx plus b. You can just find the x and y intercepts, which would give you 2 points for that line. So this first example right here, if I have 2x plus 3y equals 6, in order to find the x-intercept, I'm going to let y equal 0, okay? So that's going to give me 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. 3 times 0 is 0, so I have 2x is equal to 6, divide by 2, and I have x is equal to 3, okay? Remember, I let y equal 0, so 3, 0 is going to be my x-intercept. That's going to be 1 point, okay, for this graph of this line. For the y-intercept, I'm now going to let x equal 0, okay? So I have 2 times 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. Divide by 3, divide by 3, y is equal to 2. All right, remember I let x equal 0, so that point is 0, 2, and this is my y-intercept. So now I can go to my graph and just graph it from those 2 points. My y-intercept is 3, 0, and my y-intercept is 0, 2. Okay, and whenever they give you the x and y intercepts, all you have to do is use those 2 points to graph it. So this is the equation of the line 2x plus 3y is equal to 6.